I became very interested in art almost right from the start. Um, because when I was a kid, I used to, after a rain, when the ground was nice and smooth, I'd use a stick and I'd draw all kinds of things, what I thought of the world that I lived in at that time. And when I went to school, there was, the manila paper about this size, wonderful crayons, That was it right at home. So I enjoyed that. And then later on, I learned how to watercolor, and then soon enough, by the time I was 15, I was already an accomplished painter. I had private tutoring with a man called Carlo Altenberg. He was a professor from the University of Alberta, and he'd come out to the town of St. Paul to do classes over the weekend. And as a young chap, I joined that group, and he liked what I did. So in the summer, I got private tutoring from this man, and he knew art, and his source of information was, invaluable, because it was more than I've ever been given as information about art. So I started to learn, and in the summer he would privately tutor me, and he'd take me to the university library, and he'd take out some books for me. He says, look at the picture, study the picture, but my friend or my boy, don't read. Don't read. Just look at the pictures, every picture, study it, and remember what you saw. And so that was the beginning of my tutoring. He also taught me about the light waves and color, So that was part of the reasoning. When I look at a picture, this is what I'm studying. And then the different levels of coloration, cool and warm and so on. So I had all this at a very early age. So when I went to art school, I was practically teaching my professors about color and about design and about light and all that, And they were surprised I knew that much, They wanted to know how I got that. I never did tell them much, I figure if they don't know that, why should they be teaching, But I've kept a lot of things to myself when I went through school. I think I was good at it to start with, drawings and painting, and it was my only way of expressing what was inside of me. Because up to then I was just a caged-in kid, residential school and church, the whole bit, and you couldn't see past the perimeter of what was decided for you between the church and the Indian agent. It was a small, tight world, and I could see beyond that, So the art helped me to get past those barriers. It went beyond that. And it started to materialize. They called me an artist, and I didn't understand that. I didn't know people were called anything. Titles and stuff like that. So that was the beginning of the source of what I do today. It's been a long trail, but it's been successful. I'm the best artist in Canada. They don't know that. And in Alberta, well, I think they're starting to appreciate a little bit of what I do.